If you go to any trail centre in the UK, you're guaranteed to see an e-bike. They are everywhere. It won't surprise you to know that the sale of e-bikes has skyrocketed for the last couple of years. Not wanting to miss out on the electric revolution, I want to dip my toe in and see what's going on in the e-bike world. So, I've been chatting to Shark, an e-bike company based in the UK. They've kindly agreed to lend me a bike for a few weeks so I can see what it's all about. So, let's take a look. This is the Tiger, and I'm excited to see what it can do. But first, I have a bit of a confession to make. So I've never ridden an e-bike before. I don't know how good they are, how they work, or anything like that. So I'm really excited to try the Tiger today. But before we hop on the bike, first let's take a look at it. So I'll take you through some of the more important features of the bike. The Tiger is an electric hardtail. It has a brushless 36V 250W rear hub motor, powered by a 36V Samsung lithium battery. It has a 6-level pedal assist controlled by a handlebar mounted LCD panel. It boasts Suntour front suspension and 27 5-inch wheels, finished off with a set of Kenda tyres. It's got front and rear Tektro disc brakes and a 3x gear setup at the front to give you plenty of options for even the steepest of climbs. There's plenty more technical information about the bike and its components on the Shark website, as well as details about charging and battery care. Oh, and I almost forgot. This bike is currently priced at £1,650, so if you're someone new to biking and you want an affordable e-bike, look no further. Because this bike came straight from Shark, it still has all the standard accessories you'd expect a bike to come with. And I've chosen to leave these on for my test ride. I want to ride the bike as the manufacturers intended. So now that we know all about the bike, it's time to get on it. Whenever you're riding a brand new bike, before you hit the trails, it's always a good idea just to get a feel of it. So here's me doing a few classic car park circles and trying a track stand or two. Once I had a feel for the bike, it was time to make my way up to the top of the trails. So I've never really ridden an e-bike before. I've got a whole new control panel to work out. I've got a big hill up ahead of me. Let's give it a try and see how good this thing is. Well, I can feel the power kicking in. Let's see how this thing goes. So I've cranked it up to 3 and I can really feel that assist. That is dreamy. I'm boosting up here. Hills, no problem. I can see why these things have caught on. So even on half power, I was making short work of the hills. Something that usually takes 6 or 7 minutes to ride took me more like 3 or 4. So I don't normally do voiceovers when I'm cycling uphill because I'm normally puffing and panting. But this is easy. I could talk all day. Climbing on the Tiger really is a breeze. Dare I say it? But the uphill was actually kind of fun. It's obvious that this bike has absolutely no issues riding uphill, so it was time for something a little different. Okay, so we know how well the Tiger does on the uphills, but how does it do on the downhills? Let's find out. Okay, dropping. My plan for this trail is to find out what the bike is all about, to see how it handles a blue trail and get a better idea of its capabilities, and to get familiar with its control panel settings. So, although this is a downhill, I've got it on power assist too, so on the flatter bits when I pedal, I'm still going to get some of that motor assist. So in the UK, e-bikes are restricted to something like 15 miles an hour. So as soon as you go above that, like on a downhill, the motor isn't helping you. But when you pedal at less than 15 miles an hour, like on a hill or a flat section, the motor kicks in to help. So it didn't take long for me to start getting used to the bike. This little trail has a few corners and rough terrain for me to give it a good test. Oh, little rock roll here, nice. Hit some roots. Yeah! With my power assist on a low setting, the bike gave me an extra boost on the flat parts where I wanted to go a bit faster. And to be honest, that's all there is to it. It's really easy to use. Oh, this thing is awesome fun. So even though e-bikes are a lot heavier than acoustic bikes, you can still throw this thing around the corners if you like. Yeah. And to be honest, I haven't noticed that it's heavier going downhill so far.
what I'll have to do is try it on a more active trail.
So that's exactly what I did. Now, this bike is perfectly suited to riding trails similar to the blue that we were just on, but I also want to see how it would handle something a bit more hardcore. This trail is fast and has some more advanced features to test this bike. It has plenty of tight corners, rollers, a drop, and even a small jump. The bike's front suspension is perfectly suited to absorb any trail impacts. Around the next corner, it handled this small drop with ease. And although the bike's not designed for jumping, I just couldn't resist.
Yeah.
Not a bad effort, but the challenges aren't over yet.
Okay, series of berms now.
The lower section gets even faster and has some tight corners. Perfect to test the brakes and see how nimble and balanced the bike is. Going around the corners, the 27.5-inch wheels are responsive, and the bike's weight made it feel stable through the berms. The Kenda tyres are also really grippy, which is good considering this terrain. It's safe to say that I'm really enjoying this bike, and although the trail is almost over, I'm not disappointed, because with the power-assisted strength of an e-bike, I know that riding back up to the top again will be a breeze.
That was awesome. Wow.
So, although this bike wasn't designed with red descent sections in mind, it's good to know that it's capable of handling a range of features and speeds. I think we really put this bike through its paces today, and I certainly had a lot of fun doing it. For someone looking for an affordable e-bike for casual days ride or chilled blue trails, the Tiger Shark is great. And despite having never been on an e-bike before, I was getting to grips with the controls too. So it turns out using this little setup here is much easier than it looks. You've got, of course, your power on and off, you've got your set button, which I haven't really messed with, and of course you've got your plus and minuses, which is your power assist from 1 up to 6. And charging it was no drama. It's literally plug and play. So charging is really simple. Open the little port, open the little flappy bit there, get your cable, pop it in the end. Job done, it's charging. So for your viewing pleasure, I've taken the battery out. If you want to know how much charge you've got, open the little port, turn it on, press the little button, and you'll see those bars appear. You can also charge the battery out like this if you really want, but I've just been doing it on the bike. So I had a lot of fun on this bike today. If you're someone who likes having a casual ride or commuting off-road, this could be the e-bike for you. If I can jump on it with no experience and have a good time, then anyone can do it. So I've got this bike for another couple of weeks and have a few more awesome video ideas, so stay tuned for those. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've put a link to the Shark website down in the video description, so for anyone who wants to take a look, please head there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.